li gen yon valet didaktik. Social, musique, théologie, technologie, linguistique. Dimansyon.
Dimansyon is on the air. We are on the air with 2 minutes of lateness. We're 2 minutes late. We apologize for this tardiness, and we hopefully we can make it up to you at another time. It's a privilege for us to be here to offer you this broadcast that talks about Haiti, our communities inside and outside of Haiti. This broadcast is geared primarily toward Haitians and Haitian people of Haitian descent. If you happen not to be Haitian, you are welcome to listen on. But we are going to talk about matters that pertain to Haiti and Haitians, whether inside of Haiti or outside of Haiti. Haitians are special people. We have some things that are peculiar, some things that are particular to us. Our claim, we have things that we use as claim to fame. We have plenty of those, and we are proudly putting them on display in our broadcast. Our broadcast is named Dimansyon, which is dimension in English, and specifically we cater to 5 dimensions. We are playing 5-dimensional chess, like I said. 5-dimensional chess is pretty difficult, so we got to juggle many things over here, but we're happy to juggle these things. We think we are jugglers when it comes to these dimensions that we have on our hands, and we gladly talk about the dimensions that we cater to. We cater to the social dimension. We cater to the musical dimension. We are musical animals here. I'm a writer, songwriter, composer, and I'm happy to put my work on display here. Sometimes I play the guitar. I play the classical guitar a little bit, and sometimes I play that. Sometimes I play along in the songs that we're playing. So it's I'm having a blast with the musical aspect of our show, and I'm happy to strum along some of the things that we are doing here. And then there is the theological dimension. We also want to have people live the right way by talking about God and what He does, who He is. So the theological dimension is certainly an important one that we also cater, that we also curate here in Dimansyon. This is the name of our show. And then we have a technological dimension where we do a lot of things that have to do with technology. This show is underwritten by a corporation by the name of Kiskei. Kiskei underwrites this show, and this is our push to have us being technologically superior. Our communities tend to be lagging behind when it comes to technology, and we want to change the dynamics, and we want to push technology on all fronts. And Kiskei, which is a play on the name Kiskeya, the names that we use as a term of endearment, because this is a name that we inherited from the Tainos, the natives that lived there before they were decimated by the Spaniards. So we use that name Kiskeya And then we are playing on the word Kiskeya by calling ourselves Kiskei, which is also a play on the AI, and then Kiskeya. They sound pretty much alike. So in technology, we certainly want to push the envelope when it comes to that. And then the last dimension that we have is the linguistics dimension, where we focus on the languages that most Haitians speak. And when I say most Haitians speaks the language, certainly Creole is one that is spoken by, I would say, 100% of the Haitians that were born in Haiti. The ones that are born here in the United States, they don't speak it as well, but would like them to speak it. So we want to push it also. And then French, of course, French. Historically, is the language that we inherited from colonization, that we've done a number of things using it. So, historically speaking, we have a lot of documents, a lot of history that is in French. So, therefore, there are some people that have some preference to French. So, we have our show in French on Tuesdays. And of course, English, that's what we're speaking right now. And we do that every Thursday. So the linguistics aspect of our show is very important, because we know for sure that as far as Haiti is concerned, Creole hold the key to the movement forward, certainly. And we want to push that. We have 3 shows in Creole over here, and we also want to encourage young people to master that language, because it is a sign of intelligence when you are able to speak more than one language. So we want to encourage that, certainly. If you want to do some French, it's okay. It's okay. You will find things to do with French when it comes to Haiti, but you'll find even more if you major in Creole. Creole is taught at the university level. Many great centers, great universities in the United States, such as MIT, such as Duke University, University of Florida, University of Indiana, Kansas University. All these centers, they have some great Creole courses. So we want to encourage the use of Creole, certainly in Haiti, but also in the diaspora where we are. So there you have it. This is Dimension. And what do we have for you tonight? Musically speaking, we will feature our piece that we've written here called Envahi, that translates the situation, the precarious situation in which the country finds itself. Envahi is part of a musical that we've written here, and we will play that song for you tonight. We've played it pretty much throughout the week. We want to also highlight the fact that our friend Jean-Marc Alexandre did a pretty good job in the BGVs. So the BGVs are just new this week. So we would encourage you to listen to it with a new ear. Certainly the BGVs make some improvements. Puts it up a couple of notches. So we want to acknowledge the work by our friend Jean-Marc Alexandre, who does most of my vocal arrangements, by the way. Okay, so we will play Envahi for you, and then we will talk about a massacre that occurred last weekend in Haiti, which is something of something in itself. We will talk about that. Then we will talk about a piece that I've written that is called Off Topic, and Off Topic is a play on an article that was written by a Haitian author by the name of Gary Victor. He wrote something that was pretty stingy towards the Haitians leaders, and he's right. And then I'm just interacting with Guy Victor when I wrote the text still off topic, because his text was off topic and my text is still off topic. And then to finish our show tonight, we will talk about the dramatic effects of neocolonialism in Syria. You know that Syria was, there was a coup d'etat in Syria this week, and the president of Syria fled to Russia, now where he is now in exile. So we want to talk about the dramatic effects of neocolonialism in Syria. So this is our program. It should take pretty much the balance of this broadcast. So before we continue, let's play a little commercial that we have for our friend Michel Viello with his clinic Holy Infant Primary Care and Wellness Center in Fort Pierce.
Haitians in Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, Stewart, Vero Beach, Indiantown, Jensen Beach, your doctor has arrived. She is none other than Dr. Ana Jose Chanwan, who is waiting for you at Holy Infant Primary Care and Wellness Center at 2215 Nebraska Avenue, Suite 3E in Fort Pierce, right next to Lawnwood Hospital. Dr. Ana Jose thoroughly checks everything to give you top-notch care, and if she needs to refer you to a specialist, it will be done immediately. She accepts Medicare, Medicaid, and other insurances as well. If you don't have insurance, don't worry, Dr. Ana is here to serve you. Call 772-801-5475 to make your appointment. You will receive the best welcome and the best service at Holy Infant Primary Care and Wellness Center. We speak English, French, Spanish, and Creole is our strong suit. 772-801-5475.
There we have it. The clinic is there in Nebraska Avenue, close to Glenwood Hospital. I would encourage you to take a look at what the doctor has to offer. As you are of Haitian descent, you will find a doctor that understands our ills. Okay, so we are right now going to play for you our music piece that we've written here, part of our musical, Dessalines Levé, Saline Has Risen, and this piece is Envahi, which talks about the current situation in Haiti, where we are invaded by gangs, we are infested by gangs, and we are infected by gangs in Haiti. Envahi, the singer is Wusto Joseph, and the BGV person is none other than Jean-Marc Alexandre, our good friend who does our BGVs. Let's listen to Envahi with the BGVs. New listening experience. Here we go.
Retrouvez-nous envahis. Tout le monde fermé en don pays. Bandit yo fait tout le monde failli. Toute la journée famille a blayi. Moun kouman komi ap kei. Moun kouman komi ap kei. L'ennemi yo rayi, tout ça te fait, ba yo pour kanyi. Yo cherche frère nous pour frère yo trahi. Fait toute loi yo désobéi. Nous retrouver nous envahis. Tout le monde fermé en don pays. Bandit yo fait tout le monde failli. Toute la journée ça m'y a blayi. Moun kouman komi yapke Moun kouman gomi yapke Tout moun nan peyi a vieyi Mauvais jetou, patou ap jayi Ase pou yo ta chache au peyi Yo lage nou nan kafouyi Nou retrouve nou envayi Tout moun feme an don peyi Bandi yo fe tout moun fayi Toute la journée sa mi a blayi Moun kouman komi yapke Moun kouman komi yapke Sans patriote yo abouyi Gang yo kampe pou yo akeyi Yon man voyou ak zam kap rekeyi Sak pou pilen fe la bouyi Nou retrouve nou envayi Tout moun ferme an don peyi Bandi yo fe tout moun fayi Toute la journée sa mi a blayi Moun kouman gomi yapke 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 Moun kouman gomi yapke
There we have it. Worcester Joseph dans Envahi, written by yours truly, and BGVs by Jean-Marc Alexandre. I almost forgot to tell you of something about our family. I want to tell you that yesterday was my father's birthday. My father turned 99 years old yesterday. And as you know, he broke a hip 2 months ago, and he had to have surgery. He had to have hip replacement. We were afraid for him, but he's doing much better now. And he turned 99 yesterday, so we had to take care of him yesterday. And I yesterday was also my duty too, because we take turns in watching him at night when he sleeps, because he works with a walker, and we have to really help him do many things. So I go there every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So I was there last night, the 11th, on his birthday. And I also want to tell you about one thing that he told me, a proverb, Haitian proverbs. So I'm just gonna kill two birds with one stone. My father, I was helping him do something, and he threw that proverb at me. It says, c'est médecin qui kembe tête chien. C'est médecin qui kembe tête chien. Meaning that it's the dog's owner who can hold the dog's head. What does that mean? Obviously, of course, the dog's owner is the one who holds the dog's head, and the dog's not gonna bite him because the dog's nothing. If you're not the dog's owner, you try to hold the dog's head, and then you run the risk of being bitten by the dog. But that's the direct meaning of that saying. But the indirect meaning of that saying is that it's somebody who is familiar with something who can do it best. If you're not used to it, don't try to fix it, or don't try to use it, because you will fail. But somebody who get used to it, who's used to it, will be successful at using it right. So I was helping him to do something, but he could do it better than myself, because he used to do it. So that's why he threw that proverb at me. C'est médecin qui kembe tête. It's a dog's master who holds the dog's head. Very, 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 very neat proverb. So just tuck it away and use it at the right time and show your culture. I mean, when you throw that proverb at somebody, I mean, you are basically upholding Haitian culture by throwing that proverb at somebody and explaining to that person what it means. All right, so that was our personal stuff here that I threw at you. Anyways, I can do that to you because c'est médecin qui can be touching, right? You're my friends. I can do some things to you that you would not tolerate for somebody else to do. There you have an application of that proverb. All right, let's talk about the massacre of Waf Jérémie. The neighborhood Waf Jérémie is in a slum called Cité Soleil. Let's talk about that briefly. On December 6th and 7th, 2024, an unprecedented massacre struck Wap Jérémie, a slum in Cité Soleil, Port-West. Over 100 people, mainly elderly residents, were killed by the gang led by Mikano Altes, alias Wap Mikano. The figures are much higher than that. Somebody is telling me that it's about 200 people who got killed last weekend, December 6th and 7th. So the gangs were killed by the people were killed by the gang led by Mikano Altes, alias Wap Mikano, and they accused of witchcraft on these people and allegedly cursing the gang's leader's child. Witnesses describe unspeakable brutality, including stabbing, shootings, and burned bodies. My 76-year-old father was stabbed. His corpse was burned, recounted one victim relatives. Officially, 110 deaths have been confirmed by Pierre Esperance, the director of RNDDH, it's a human rights group in Haiti, though some believe the toll is far higher. Respected community members, including TKP, Mr. Spaghetti, and Marcel Cangé, were among the victims. So some respectable people were among the victims. Young motor taxi drivers attempting to rescue residents were also killed. The gang Vive Ensemble, who is being led by a guy named Barbecue, you probably have heard of this guy, of this thug. The gang Vive Ensemble has since besieged the area, preventing residents from fleeing. This massacre highlights Haiti's pervasive violence, where gangs control 80% of Port-au-Prince. Unheard of. 80% of Port-au-Prince, according to UN. In 2024 alone, 5,000 people were killed by gang violence. Despite the humanitarian crisis, no concrete action will be taken by the UN Security Council before 2025 to transform the multinational support mission into a UN-led operation. I mean, this is a frustrating aspect of Haiti. Not only we are infested, invaded, and infected by gangs, we are also being led by some foreigners calling themselves UN or whoever they are, and they keep going to Haiti. They keep getting chased out of Haiti. They keep coming back because the violent situation has worsened. This is very frustrating, and this massacre that occurred over the weekend is one case where these guys who claim to be providing some sort of security are useless. The Haitian government condemned the massacre as barbaric and vowed to pursue justice. Every state resource will be mobilized to restore peace and security, promised Prime Minister Alix Didier Fizeme. However, these pledges ring hollow to a population weary of gang terror and international inaction. Wab Jeremy stands as a grim symbol of a nation plunged into chaos and abandonment. It's clear that there is a lot of game being played by the international community, by what we call the neo-colonial powers, who still control a lot of what's going on in Haiti. This is beyond frustrating. More than 100 people were dead, and nothing is happening to the criminals. They are operating in impunity. Remember, 2 months ago there was a massacre in Pont-Sondé. Same thing's happening. When is it going to stop? That's a crazy thing. The bad news never stop. But we know it will stop. And this is why we have Jackie. Remember Jackie Jarret Pukiskeya. It's a way of us to encourage people, encourage Haitians, encourage people of Haitians descent to not to give up, because things will change. All right, so let's talk about now my piece that I've written, and this writer wrote a tough piece against the leaders, and even before the massacre, he wrote that piece, and it was how he chastised the leaders for the inaction and for not giving priority to what needs the priority. It was a tough article that he wrote, that I commented in the French version of our broadcast, and I also commented on it on the Creole version of the broadcast. At the end of the paper, he accused them of being as assassins as the gangs. That's how he finished his article, and his article was titled off topic. What do you mean by off topic? He meant by the people, the things that the leaders are putting their focus on ought not to be the ones that they focus on. So they are off topic, because if they're not taking care of the security situation in the country, then they're off topic. That's the point of his article. And I want to tell you also that because of the action of the gangs, in November, the FAA had forbidden the planes, the American planes, from landing into Haiti. Right now, Haiti's main airport is pretty much closed to airlines from the US. They're not going to Haiti, and that airport is pretty much closed. No plane is landing there. And in November, the FAA said that it would put that in interdiction, that prohibition. It would do it. It would do it in for about a month. And that was November 12th that it made that prohibition, and it would be about a month. And then now, yesterday, the FAA came back and said, no, it's not going to be a month. We are not going to allow planes from the US to land there until March. So the airport is pretty much abandoned at this point here because there's no traffic, there's no business, anything. And Haiti only has 2 airports. For the longest, we had only 1 airport. Not too long ago, we had our second airport. The small airports in Cap Haitian. Initially, they had also put the prohibition against Cap Haitian, but they have lifted that. So now planes can land in Cap Haitian. But Port-au-Prince is pretty much a ghost airport because no activity is going there, and then it will be so until March. And Guy was right by criticizing the government, the presidential council, and I said it's a 9-headed monster. How could you have 9 presidents? This is ridiculous, totally ridiculous. Anyways, so Guy Victor criticized these guys for not doing what they were supposed to do, not putting the focus on the security aspects of the country. And then last weekend we have that massacre, and then yesterday the FAA extended the prohibition from planes from landing in Haiti, planes from the US. It could be a coincidence, but again, coincidence are just not like that. So this is what my article talks about. Talks about this situation where gangs are controlling the country and gangs are shooting planes, and the FAA put a prohibition for a month, and now it is until March. So this is what this article talks about, and it also ties what Guy Victor said when in his article off topic. And my article is still off topic. We are now have to wait until March to find out if operations will resume at Toussaint Louverture. One might accuse me of sophistry, specifically the post hoc fallacy, if I were to claim that the extension of the flight ban over Port-au-Prince is a direct result of the WAF Jérémie massacre. We don't know for sure, but certain coincidences can be noted. Wamikano, that's the thug who orchestrated that massacre. Wamikano, the brute, orchestrated a massive execution of people on December 6 and 7. And 4 days later, the FAA announced the extension of the ban. It is important to note that a decision from the FAA, one way or another, was expected as the month-long ban was nearing its end, with the initial announcement having been made on November 12, 2024. However, even if the FAA already intended to extend the ban, the massacre carried out by Mikano confirms that it was right to consider such measures. The murder of more than 100 people in the capital of a country that struggles to contain insecurity where criminals operate with complete impunity, clearly demonstrates the authorities' inability to neutralize these threats. If the decision was made after the massacre, this reality would give the FAA solid arguments to conclude that the state is incapable of securing Port-au-Prince, making the reopening of the airport under safe conditions unimaginable. Thus, in retrospect, the FAA can congratulate itself for having considered continuing to restrict the capital airspace to American Airlines, asserting that recent events validate its concern and justify extending the ban. But there's more to this. The ban is also a protective measure for the FAA itself. Imagine if the ban were lifted and an aircraft were to fall victim of another situation like that, but more serious attack by bandits in Port-au-Prince. The families of the victims could accuse the FAA of negligence for having authorized the reopening of the airport without a clear guarantee of safety. Such a situation could cost billions of dollars in damages. Even if the lawsuit would be complex, the FAA does not need to take that risk. Finally, this ban strengthens the arguments of Guy Victor in his piece, where he sharply criticizes the Haitian authorities for their irresponsible management of the country's meager resources and their inability to prioritize the most essential issues. What is particularly striking is that this text, written even before the Wap German massacre and before the announcement of the ban's extension, demonstrates extraordinary foresight. According to Victor, anything that does not concern the restoration of security throughout the country is off topic. He concludes by accusing these politicians of being guilty as the gang themselves. This could be understood as a result of their inaction and negligence, which led to countless misfortune. The extension of the ban severely impacts the already weak revenues of the country and endangers the lives of many citizens, further worsening the calamities. Unfortunately, the authorities seem unable to grasp the gravity of the situation or the importance the FAA places on the safety of American airline flights. Had they understood, the main gang leaders would already be either behind bars or buried. I have said it. Had they understood, the main gang leaders would already be either behind bars or buried. The simplicity with which these gentlemen approach the situation is disconcerting. They give the impression of completely failing to understand the scale of the problem. The FAA decisions once again validates Victor's arguments and demonstrates that our leaders stubbornly remain off topic, still off topic, and this is frustrating. We don't mean to criticize them because our goal is to, again, help out the country to do better. But when you have some guys that are incapable of doing anything good, we have to call them out. And this is why we're calling them out. The CPT, 9 presidents, 3 of them have been accused of corruption. And they want to get rid of them because of that. What's that? This is crazy. Anyways, the leaders, our chef, as we say in Creole, our chefs are still off topic. And they'll be there for a while. Okay, let's now talk about Syria. Syria, the dramatic effects of neocolonialism in Syria. We are going to go quickly. We're not going to touch all the points. We want to say first that Syria and Israel had run-ins way before our civilization. In biblical times, Syria was fighting with Israel. Who doesn't remember Damascus? The road of Damascus, where Paul, in going to persecute the Christians, met with Christ on the road of Damascus. That was in Syria. Okay, so Syria and Israel, they know each other pretty well. But Syrians also, they have some ties with Haiti. The Syrians went to Haiti to get off the Ottoman Empire, and they went to Haiti in the early 20th century. And then we call them in Haiti Syrians. But in reality, they're not really Syrian. They're not only Syrians. Some of them are from Syria, but some of them also are from Lebanon and other regions of the Ottoman Empire. But in Haiti, we refer to them as Syrian. So these migrants, mostly Christians, fled poverty, religious persecution, and political instability caused by the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. In Haiti, they settled primarily in urban centers such as Port-au-Prince, Jacmel, and Les Cayes. Despite initial prejudice, they integrated into society through their entrepreneurial spirit. Many established thriving businesses, becoming merchants, shop owners, and importers. While Greece benefited from the assistance of President Jean-Pierre Boyer, okay, we talked about that. During its liberation from the Ottoman Empire, Greece was liberated from the Ottoman Empire, but the migration of the Syrians into Haiti, as well as the Lebanese, it would occur some 70 to 80 years later. But that's also a symbol of Haitian hospitality. Haiti is a complex country, and Monday we are going to talk about that. Foreigners are typically welcome in Haiti, but yet sometimes Haitians are not welcome in their own country, and we'll talk about it Monday because we need to get rid of that too. But anyways, the Syrians in Haiti is a sign of Haitians' hospitality, especially toward foreigners. After World War I, Syria became a French protectorate under the League of Nations mandate, the precursor of UN, League of Nations. This colonial period was marked by economic exploitation and political interference. France redrew the borders, dividing Syria into several administrative entities to better control the diverse religions and ethnic communities. It was divide and conquer that they use also in Haiti and all the colonies that they have. The French divide them to better conquer them. So that strategy sowed the seeds of sectarian tension that persist this day. Same thing in Haiti. During this time, Syrian resources were siphoned off to benefit France, while any attempts at national resistance was brutally suppressed. But Syria would become independent in 1946. They really fiercely fought the French and kicked them out of their country, as we did in 1804. However, this independence was fragile. The institutions inherited from French mandate were weak and lacked unity. Again, our problem in Haiti. We have a motto, out of unity comes strength, but yet we're not putting it into application. Same thing in Syria. Economic independence was also an illusion, as social powers continued to exert indirect influence through trade agreements and strategic partnerships. Internal tension, exacerbated by colonialism, hindered the building of a stable state. And because of that, there were coup after coup, coup after coup. Leaders were deposed, other leaders came and deposed the new leader, and another leader will come and depose the other leader. That went on and on and on. In 1970, a guy named Hafez Assad came to power through a coup. His regime established. My son is calling me. Let me see what he has to say. Hey, Mikey, what's going on, son? Remember, I'm in the Dimansyon. Yeah, it's something. Yeah. Okay. You're on the air now, son. Okay. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. So in 1970, also, Hafez al-Assad, a member of the Ba'ath Party, came to power following a coup d'etat. Okay, and Hafez Assad will be succeeded by his son in 2000. His son is named Bashar al-Assad. You know, in Creole, the name Bashar means rich person. When you say somebody is he's a Bashar, it means that he's rich. So I play on that for Hafez, for Bashar al-Assad. And I was just joking that this Bashar could not maintain his fortune because he was deposed. Anyways, so he came to power in 2000, and also he was a brutal leader. He had an authoritarian regime that used fear and propaganda to maintain power. The economic inequities worsened, fueling popular discontent that erupted in 2011 during the Arab Spring. Peaceful protests were met with violent repression, plunging the country into a devastating civil war. But to talk about Syria, one must talk about the neo-colonial powers that are fighting as you fighting to for a prize, to get the loot, the spoils of war. Pretty much that's what's at stake here. And there was many powers who fought to maintain control of Syria. For example, the U.S. Initially supported the overthrow of Bashar al-Assad, but their focus was more into combating ISIS. So Washington worked with the Kurdish forces to basically destabilize the regime of Bashar. Okay? But then we must also talk about the role of Russia. Russia was Assad's main ally, and he used the Syrian conflicts to bolster its Middle East influence. In 2015, Russian military intervened to enable Assad to reclaim significant victory, and that secured Moscow's strategic naval base in Tartus, and that strengthened its regional ties. So Iran also views Syria as crucial to its Shia crescent, linking Iran, Iraq, and Syria. And Hezbollah and Lebanon. So these are the forces that are at play there. Okay, but there is more to that, because Turkey also is playing into the game, because Turkey is fighting the Kurds, and the Kurds are the allies of America. So it's a whole mess. So you got Turkey, you got the US, you got Israel, you got Russia, you got Iran, and all this are just spinning Syria's head. So Syria became a battleground for global rivalry, for resource control, for strategic rivalry, for exacerbating divisions and diplomatic stalemates. All these things are occurring in Russia. You know, Russia, Turkey, Iran, the US, and all this have tried, but all negotiations have failed. So Syria has an uncertain future. But recently, Bashar was deposed. As the war drags on, Syrians remain trapped in a power struggle. Neocolonial ambitions have fractured Syria into zones of influence, complicating political solutions and highlighting how geopolitical interests often overshadow humanitarian needs. That bears repeating. Political solutions, geopolitical interests often overshadow humanitarian needs. So Bashar al-Assad's regime, which began in 2000, ended abruptly in December 2024 after a swift offensive by opposition forces. The Assad family, 53-year-old over Syria, concluded when rebels entered Damascus. Damascus, were the road of which Paul met Christ. So the Assad family, 53-year-old, ruled over Syria, concluded when rebels entered Damascus, leading to Assad's departure to Russia, where he was granted asylum. So the rapid collapse of his government was influenced by several factors. Military offensive, for example, the opposition groups, notably Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, launched a surprise attack in late November, quickly advancing toward the capital. Remember Aleppo? That was what fell. So Assad's key allies, Russia and Iran, were preoccupied with other conflicts, reducing their capacity to support his regime. So Russia has its handful with Ukraine, and Iran had its hands full with Israel. So they were trying to put they had other irons on the fire. So Bashar paid dearly for it. Bashar lost all his money. Bashar was chased out of his country. He ran as a thief, and now he's in exile in Russia. So the diminished support was the reason why he was deposed. And then there were internal strifes. Year of civil war had weakened Syria's military and infrastructure, making the government vulnerable to insurgent attacks. So following the rebels' entry into Damascus, Assad fled to Moscow. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov confirmed that Russia facilitated Assad's relocation in the most secure way possible. They even had they even run interference for him, claiming that his plane crashed, so that they could have enough time to evacuate him. But the main point is that the 53-year-old of his family ended. Many leaders acknowledge the fall of Bashar. Among them, Biden, Emmanuel Macron, Olaf Scholz, all these guys, they had to say something about Bashar's ouster. And they were not pretty, they were not complimentary. They all breathed a sigh of relief. But again, we must also highlight the neo-colonial play and serious fate. So the rebels who deposed Bashar al-Assad comprise a coalition of opposition groups with Ayat Tahir al-Sham playing the leading role. He's an Islamist faction. There's an Islamist faction with Al-Qaeda spearheaded the final offensive on Damascus. So Al-Qaeda is there, so it's a hodgepodge, right? Over the years, the group distanced itself from extremist origins to form alliances with the opposition forces, gaining broader support. The ability to coordinate with other factions and capitalize on the Shia's weakened state led to their swift advance. When Bashar fled like a thief, he ran his tail under his stomach. But the future of Syria remains uncertain. It remains to be seen what neo-colonial powers will do in Syria. So we hope they do better. We hope that they leave them in peace, but there is no guarantee. For Dimansyon, this is your brother, Makatsuyo. We'll see you tomorrow and Monday. Good night. We love you.
Thank you.